Alright, YouTube, what's up? It's me again, Chad, aka Kangy, aka Jambi, aka Kibley's cousin, quote unquote. And first of all, before I say anything else, yes, I am filming inside of a car. And this, I'm not going to say whose car this is, but let's just say it's a family member's car that I am borrowing today. Anyways, by using it, I mean driving it. So, second of all, the reason why basically my YouTube channel has been kind of dead for like the past three and a half weeks. I think it's been now, like a little over 3 weeks, is because, it's almost been a month at this point, is because, well, I have a job, and so basically my job is I'm a part-time courtesy clerk at I'm not going to name it, but it's a certain grocery store company based in California, and I work at store 142. Yeah, basically I work 12:30 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday every week, and usually I get the weekends off, but usually I'm doing like for example, an announcement I wanted to make at usually I'm spending time with the family or friends on weekends, so usually I may or may not have time to film videos, or like I'll go out of town on a, I don't know, road trip to visit family up in Northern California-ish, I guess. Not going to say exactly where, but also just okay, look, hopefully you all can understand that no, my YouTube channel isn't completely dead. I've just been busy for the past, almost month now. So almost a whole month I've been busy. Like my job does unfortunately take up most of my waking hours, my time. So yeah, I mean, everybody's got to make money somehow. I got to make money somehow. It's not like, I can't just, hang out around my house all day and, I don't know, do nothing essentially, or do what I want. No, that's not how that's not how the real world works. Anyways, some other announcements that I want to make. Oh, for those of you who didn't already know, in case you haven't been watching my previous videos for some reason, it is my birthday this Sunday. So April 2nd, I'm turning 20 years old, or you can also say 10 years old in dragon years, or Sandwing, or Nightwing. That's how the Wings of Fire universe works. Their years work in 4-year increments. So you could also say my 20th birthday, or my 10th hatch day, quote unquote. Another announcement I wanted to make is, yeah, already said my birthday is this Sunday, so I'll be spending time with family and friends, celebrating my birthday. So, and the weekend after that, on April 8th and 9th, I think I'm going out of town. I'm going up to a little town in the Central Valley that I'm not going to name, but because you probably haven't heard of it anyways, so what's the point in naming it? Yeah, so I'll be out of town, not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm visiting with family for Easter. Oh yeah, also basically the whole entire reason why I'm filming inside a family member's car is because, you know, it's actually a pretty good place to film videos. Quiet enough, I guess. Not too much outside noises or disturbances. Anyways, yes, I'll be out of town next weekend visiting with family up north for Easter and also for my step-grandfather's birthday. So I'll be available on Discord most likely, but not YouTube, so I won't be making any videos. Probably I'll be taking pictures but not videos, so for YouTube. What else? On April 15th, I'm driving with my brother up to LA to go for my birthday concert. I'm seeing Static X to open Fear Factory, so I'll be out of town then on that day. And then on April 29th, I'm going to Six Flags Magic Mountain with my friend from work, who I will not name just to keep his namesake private, I guess. Essentially, I'm also going with that same friend I'm going to Los Sanchez, which is my favorite Mexican restaurant in Garden Grove, which, by the way, Mexican food, or if you're a sandwing like me, your favorite food is probably Mexican food. So, quote unquote, we sandwings really make delicious Mexican food like burritos and tacos and enchiladas and Padre Entero and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm doing that. And also, a lot of us love strawberry cheesecake as well here in the Sand Kingdom. So yeah. Just imagine me being my Sandwing OC, Kangaroo the Sandwing, eating cheesecake. Alright, I think that's about it for the announcements. Anyways, to make a somewhat of a decent comeback to YouTube, I guess I will do, the main point of today's video is I will be reviewing this album, this CD/album. It's Prick's self-titled, their only album, Prick's self-titled album, released in 1995, as you can see there. And this album is basically, in case for some reason, if a lot of you, I bet, probably haven't heard of Prick because they were very underrated when they came out. They're an industrial metal / rock band. Wikipedia calls them an industrial rock band, but I mean they're heavy enough to be metal as well, in my opinion, like alternative metal, industrial metal, whatever you want to call it. With also like 80s glam rock, glam metal influences and new wave influences as well. But anyways, if you remember Prick, you will know that they are most known for their semi-successful radio hit Animal. Their single, also one of their first single, Animal, which is my second favorite song off of this album. And then my favorite song is Riverhead, track 2, because it reminds me of, I don't know, they basically, even though they're not British, they remind me of a British version of Nine Inch Nails, which, funny enough, Kevin McMahon was close friends with Trent Reznor, and Trent Reznor signed Prick to Nothing Records, which is his very own record label, to, I believe, I don't know, just Trent Reznor, does he still own Nothing Records? I'm not sure entirely, but yeah, Interscope, Atlantic, Nothing Records, or yeah, Interscope Records, Atlantic Records, and Nothing Records all collaborated to produce this album, which is the same labels that still pay Nine Inch Nails to this day. Unless, I don't know if they've, at least that it was that way in the late 80s and 90s, so I don't know if they've moved on to, or have a different label producing them now, or paying them. But yeah, I have 3 favorite songs off of this album. That would be Riverhead, my number 1 favorite, Animal number 2, and then No Fair Fights number 3. And Animal almost sounds pretty much exactly like a Nine Inch Nails, except like Riverhead, I can tell like has like 80s rock influences. No Fair Fights almost sounds like an orchestral ballad at first, until it explodes into near the end of the song, it explodes into like an industrial rock / metal anthem. And then Animal is just a classic kind of simplified industrial kind of, I guess you can also call these guys gothic as well, like gothic rock or gothic metal. Animal is like a it reminds me of Closer by Nine Inch. It also reminds me of like kind of what's that song? It also reminds me of Ministry a little bit, like older, like Ministry, and also the lyrics remind me of Closer by Nine Inch Nails, but basically the guitar riffs remind me of kind of Wish by Nine Inch Nails a little bit, like also some bluesy influences. But anyways, alright, oh yeah, I'm gonna rank this album at a 7 out of 10. It's not my favorite industrial album ever, but it certainly is up there, along with Fear Factory, Demanufacture, Ministry, Psalm 69, Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral, etc. White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000, Filter, Short Bus, which both, by the way, this album, Filter, Short Bus, and Astro Creep 2000 all came out in the same year. Also, Further Down the Spiral, the remix album version of The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails, came out in 1995. So yeah, anyways, this is what the inside, this is what the CD itself looks like. Again, it's produced by Nothing Records, Interscope, Atlantic, and Nothing Records. Sorry about that. Anyways, it has this relatively kind of like interesting message on the inside, on the liner notes. It says, Prick the puppet reach it. So prick is apparently not, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, referring to a penis, like prick is like a derogatory term for penis or cock or dick or whatever. So Prick the puppet reaches over his head. Apparently it's the name of the puppet, which is the album mascot, I guess. Prick the puppet reaches over his head and with a stroke slashes himself loose of his creator's strings in hopes of becoming individual. He falls and rises and falls again. He walks awkwardly and behaves, thinks and communicates awkwardly. Temperamental and unpredictably gentle, what is obvious to others is complex and splendid to him, and what is accepted by others is questioned by him. Prick the imagination. So I guess this album is the story, quote unquote, of Prick the puppet, which here's some this is what the inside of the liner notes looks like, with some artwork, more artwork, and then the full body photo or picture of Prick the puppet. And all songs written by Kevin McMahon, produced and engineered by Trent Reznor. yada yada yada, produced by Warren Livesey. Okay, and it says the thank you notes and which, by the way, if you also didn't know, this band went on tour with Nine Inch Nails and David Bowie in 1995 and 1996 on the Dissonance tour, I believe it was called. So, yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool that they got to tour with Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails, and David Bowie and his band. Which, yeah, the whole reason why I'm doing this album review or discussion and ranking is because this album, I don't think anybody else on YouTube has done so. So, anyways, the album starts off with Communique, the first, which kind of reminds me of Mr. Self-Destruct by Nine Inch Nails. It has that same kind of very drum beat driven, heavy guitar riff, keyboard and guitar riff, industrial sound, very industrial sounding, like. And then Riverhead is kind of like an bastardized version of an industrial glam rock song, kind of like with some like new wave influences. And Tough is just like a pretty straightforward I feel like Tough is like the, like making fun of like the stereotypical only guys who go to the gym and work out are good looking and stuff like that, or are attracted to other people, which, and then Other People is kind of once again pretty straightforward, straight to the point, industrial metal / rock, alternative metal and rock. Also, I want to say this album is very influenced by, possibly even more influenced by, it's even influenced by grunge. So grunge was also pretty big at the time this was released. Other People reminds me of Terrible Lie a little bit by Nine Inch Nails, and then No Fair Fights, like a slow ballad, reminds me of Something I Could Never Have off of Pretty Hate Machine. And then Animal reminds me of Closer, and also Wish by Nine Inch Nails, and I Got It Bad. All these songs I like a lot, except for Make Believe, because it's kind of like a slow, stupid, kind of acid trippy, industrial-ish song. So Crack, very underrated, kind of more of like a blues rock song, actually. Then I Apologize, another slow acoustic ballad. No Fair Fights is like a piano ballad at first, and then I Apologize is like an acoustic guitar ballad at first, and then. But yeah, if this kind of music is your thing, I would highly recommend listening or checking out this band, even though they only have one album to their name technically, and they actually re-released Animal in 2013 as a single. But yeah, just honestly, I feel like this band and Kevin McMahon and the gang need more love. So this is a good album to check out if you're, like I said, if you're into industrial metal and rock, industrial music. Well, then this is a hidden gem of that era, quote unquote, of that era. Anyways, other than that, I think that just about does it for this video, and I'll try to upload another, possibly a guitar cover video in the future, or maybe even just like a Name That Riff YouTube short. Anyways, other than that, this is Kangy, The Sandwing, I like that nickname the most. Signing out. Alright. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Make sure if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to support me here on YouTube, and comment if you have any questions or comments you want to make. Alright. Bye. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. This is Jambi or Kangy signing out. Bye.